Well, hello everyone. It is noon Central Time on a Thursday, and I'm so excited to be here with all of you. I see a lot of you already checking in from everywhere. Some of you are on vacation. Some of you have really hot weather in Texas. Let's see, someone else in Indiana is just getting power for the first time in her town since the 11th after getting some bad storms. We here have been dealing with the aftermath of an EF3 tornado that came through the area. Some of our vendors have been hit pretty hard, so it's been an interesting time, I think, worldwide. So I'm just really glad that you are all here. I've got my team in the building. In fact, every Thursday at 10:30 a.m., we all get together for a staff meeting. We call it the design team meeting, but we have an agenda every week that we maintain, and we talk about what's in the pipeline, where we're at with production, and any other questions that need to be handled or decisions that need to be made. It's really nice to just get some FaceTime with everybody, and all of our remote team members tune in as well. So we had every single person on the team at the meeting today. It was so nice to catch up with everyone because we've all had a lot of things going on this summer. And can you believe, like, around here, school starts next week, Tuesday? Oh my goodness. It's crazy. Where did summer go? Do you have that same feeling that I have? Well, today we have a lot on the agenda. And so as you're gathering around here, I just want to tell you what the plan is. First, I'm going to be sharing with you your first look at the Rustique Page Kit. We got a beautiful collection this month, and it includes one of my favorite colors of all time. I think you know what it is. And then after that, I'll show you the finished pages you can make with that. Then I'll go to the card kit, the pops, finished cards, and then I've got a couple of projects and just a reminder of our earlier release from the middle of August. We're in August right now. So my head is in a lot of different months and a lot of different collections. But yes, this is going to be the September kit, and then a review of everything that we released to you in the middle of the month. It's been a great time. Okay, so I think we've got everyone gathered around here. I see you all checking in, and oh, yep, Cindy, May, Franklin, you guessed the color. There is a teal in here, and it is, it's just beautiful. Also, just a matter of bookkeeping. I always forget to say this at the end, so I'm just going to say at the beginning. I know from analytics that 45% of the people watching my videos are not subscribed to our channel. So if you're not already subscribed, hit that little subscribe button so that that just really helps the algorithm. It helps YouTube know that people are interested in what's happening at Club Scrap. And if you just give this video a like, that would be awesome as well. One other thing, I am doing a giveaway today. So if you want to be considered for the giveaway, it's for our members receiving a kit next Tuesday. Not too late to become a member, by the way. And then if you leave a comment in the comment area, not the chat area, but the comment area of this video, you will be entered into the drawing for the giveaway if you are a member. And the reason for later will be it will become clear, and I'll remind you later on. So yes, please do subscribe and give this video a like and leave a comment. All of that helps YouTube go, wow, cool things are happening at Club Scrap, because they are. All right, I'm going to switch my camera feed here, get rid of my laptop, and there is your first look at the gorgeous Rustique collection. Isn't it pretty? It's just so masculine and so deep and so rich. The color palette is gorgeous. I wish I wish you could see this like with your eyeballs instead of through screens, because all of our screens, the camera, it changes a little bit, when you're looking at it. So when you get your hot hands on this hot kit, you are going to love these rich colors. So we have the names for the prints. It's always a thing. We call this one the teal print and this one the rust print, just because. But some fun, nostalgic artwork on this. It's going to be great for the guys. Like my husband and our grandson, they ride motocross bikes together, and this is going to be the kit, okay, for those activities. It's so grungy. Yes, Pam, I love it. And then, of course, the complementary color palette. We've got that deep teal, and then just a really nice, I believe, yeah, this is just like a tan. It's really a lovely color, actually. It's not yellow, it's not ivory, it's not craft, it's just somewhere in a happy place in between. And I think that this paper is brand new to you. And then we have this lovely rust, and then a really nice deep brown. These are all 80-pound cover weight, that nice sturdy paper that you've come to love and appreciate from Club Scrap. And then in the rest of the kit here, you're going to have your dozen photo mats, once again, including 3 each of all the colors in the palette. Okay, then what are we getting for goodies? Well, the key to my heart here is these 2 really cool bronze keys, 2 different styles. Those are really cool. And then we have a series of these cute little frame label holders, and you get a set of 3 of them. And during the mapping of all the pages, I even mapped out a paper that you can insert into the frame that fits. And then to accompany that, you're also going to get the 6, I knew I was going to lose these. There is a set of 6 really cool matching brads that will help you install these. And for installation, I just like to use a pointy awl. You can use a thumbtack or a push pin and to pierce through the layers of paper. Then you bring this on through the hole and then spread the ends on the back. So those are pretty easy to install. And then finally, this is actually a custom sheet created for us with this design, a sheet of dazzles. And I always say this, but they're never all that exciting on the sheet. But you're about to see how cool they are going to look on the projects and pages this month. Then, of course, Jacqueline designed some beautiful cut-aparts for us, some really fun artwork, cool titles. We tried to keep it just, again, very neutral, timeless, rustic, old school inspire. We have just some more of the frames that are already in here. And what I want to point out too, while I have you, is that on the sheet of the hardware, there are these little pieces of like screws, and then if you put them over this, it kind of gives them a little pop. I just want to point that out right now. I know all of you love the dazzles because sometimes when we're pulling orders, I'm like, they like the dazzles. So we got these in this cool color. It's like a I don't even know how to describe it. It's just really a neat coppery background, and then each image is enhanced with a rim of gold around it. So if you've never heard of Club Scrap before and you just stumbled upon this live spoiler, these are the scrapbooking kits that we create, and for years we sent them to our members worldwide with no instructions. We gave ideas and inspiration, but now what we do to help you use literally everything that comes in the box, we give you a set of instructions, and these are really detailed. They tell you exactly what I used to make the pages, and then very precise trimming diagrams. We invest a lot of time and effort into making sure that when this arrives at your door, you have everything you need to transform it into 8 12 by 12 fully embellished pages, and then not a lot of waste. Oh, I forgot to mention the ribbons and fibers also included. Those were sitting right here. Check this out. It's super wide with that gorgeous pattern in the ribbon. I think you can see that in the lighting here. And then you get a yard of this deep teal taffeta, one of my favorite ribbons to work with. And then we went with the 2 yards of this really cool copper cord. Now, taking a look at those finished pages in real life instead of just in the instructions, I'm going to relocate my kit here and set that aside. And here we have layouts 1 and 2, and that incorporates one of the keys right over here. And then just a fun way to use the ribbon. And by the way, I do have a ribbon playlist on YouTube. I have a longer video showcasing like 13 techniques. And I also have a bunch of like 1-minute little tips on how to use ribbon. This is one of them where you take a larger piece and you tie on a smaller piece. Super easy. But sometimes you just need to be reminded that those techniques exist. I also made use of a paper distressing tool, aka thread cutter, because a thread cutter is basically a disc of a blade with little inserts in it for safety, and then you just scrape it against the edge of the paper and it gives you that kind of ratty torn edge. I mean, that just totally fits with the style here, right? There's that label holder with the little piece of paper inserted, and the other key hanging from the border strip. And then here, check out how cool the dazzles look. I mean, I'm telling you, I mean, look at that. That is so neat. I even ran that little cord in between this paper and the border strip here, just so you can see, distress the edge of that. There's another hinge. Yes, I like it. Here we have another one. I'd like to point those out because they're so nifty. I use a little bit of foam adhesive also to add some pop to some of these. Now, if you're wondering, like, really, how did you do all this? I do have a video. So if you don't like reading instructions, you don't even have to do that. Just follow along with me and we'll trim all the papers and then assemble them into these pages. Once the video is over, you grab your adhesive and stick everything down. Again, here I have a hinge added to the right edge of that page. Oh, Kathy said, I've always had difficulty with ribbon until I saw the easy tricks. That's great. That's what the purpose of the video. Again, here's another one. Just loop it around a tag and attach it to the back. Here, I just used it as a little border strip along the edge because that ribbon is so pretty. The texture there is really cool. Again, something that you'll appreciate more when it's in your hot little hands. I mentioned about the dazzles on the cut-aparts, and that's the situation here. It has a little bit of a shine to it there. And then the other two frame labels holders, I can't remember the name for those. It's been a hot minute. And then more looped ribbon here with more dazzles. I mean, the dazzles just add so much to this, and you can use them as you wish, but I've got a lot of inspiration for you either way. Maybe you want to grab an extra set and use them on your cards. A couple of other assets I want to point out to you that if you are a member, you're going to receive an email later today with member exclusive links. One of the things in the links is your swatch sheet. So Jacqueline, our amazingly talented designer, she sets this up for us with color swatches, the images of the prints that came in the collection, recommended ink colors, and the names of the fonts. This is just like an index so that when you are paging through looking for inspiration, this might help you along the way. We do only do this for our monthly kits, not our special releases. I know it's been requested, but at this point, we're just going to stick with these monthly kits. We have a lot of tasks. You also will receive with your member exclusive links a page formula. And this is the execution of the page formula. But the joy of this, it's like a recipe that works for anything you've got, any paper in your stash. You just gather what's listed, trim it exactly as explained, and this is what you make. And what's nice about these formulas is that I can literally, if I have a lot of vertical pictures in my set, I can turn it this way. Everything can be adjusted, moved around. It's just a starting point. That's what I love about these page formulas, because maybe you want to make a few extra pages with the Rustique that coordinate, but you want them to look different than the ones that I have all mapped out. So this is really a great solution for that. Barbara said, I always download that. Yay, I'm really happy to see that. And you love those swatch sheets. That's awesome. I mean, I keep these in a little half binder, but you can print them in any size you like. I was gonna grab my binder here. Do I have it? Yeah, so I have all my formulas, and it's just so much fun to page through them and shop for the layout style that I want to make. And it's just a great way to use all of your extra papers. So there you go. That one's all filed away for the month. Yay. I've been doing that for years and years. Now let's move on to our card kit, shall we? Oh, I found a missing Brad. Okay, so let's swap that out. And we're going to get our first look at the card kit. Then I'll show you the cards that it makes. So, of course, every card kit comes with 12 envelopes. We make 12 cards. You get 12 envelopes because that would be really frustrating to not have the envelopes. Let's take a look at the paper. This is just a really fun print with all the hinges and locks and keys and everything on it. Also, it's text weight, and it shows every color kind of in the set is right on this one sheet. So when you trim it apart to use it for cards, it's really fun to like move the art around to where you like it best. Then of course we've got the paper, and this is all the same colors that I showed earlier, all in the cover weight plus a bonus sheet of ivory. I needed the ivory. You're going to see why in a minute. And then we've got our cut aparts, and these are, I spend a lot of time mapping these out. I create card samples, and I just sort of assess what size the sentiments need to be, and then I create a map of exactly how the size of every sentiment, and then that goes to Jacqueline, who then puts the artwork and the sentiments that I indicate onto the artwork and makes it beautiful. It comes back to me, I test it to make sure it's right, and then we go into production. So it's quite a process, and I think that these cards are really going to be nice to have in your stash. Okay, so other things in the kit, you've got a yard of the double-faced satin in the teal, 2 yards of this nice thin rusty grosgrain, and then 2 yards of a brown jute. Then we have, let's see, I'm going to start with these guys. We have these really cool Hinge pancake flat. That's the requirement, right, for the card kit. A set of 4 of these guys. I don't know where number 4 went. It's around here somewhere. 4 of these. They always come in 4s, and then 4 of these little copper blanks. They come with a jump ring, but I'm going to tell you what I did with them. I took I took some pliers and I took the jump ring off. Just grabbed it and separated it out. So I'll just quick demo that for you right now. And I do show this in the video too. I just took that jump ring off because on a card it does add a little bit of dimension. Now I have a pancake flat piece. And then I took an X and an O from this metal stamping set here. And I have this listed on my Amazon affiliate link just because I don't sell this and it like weighs, I don't know, a couple pounds. And then I just hammered the X and the O into the blank with a hammer and a little, little cutting mat here. So just an idea. You can leave them totally blank. You could stamp on them with Stays-On ink or some sort of a solvent-based ink. Just a lot of cute things you can do with them if you'd like, or just leave them as they are. And then we also have these double, like 2-section claim tags. Really fun to work with the Rustique kit. And of course, you have all of your instructions. Now these are a little bit more involved. Like my workshop for the page kit usually lasts between 25 and 35 minutes. This lasts usually from 45 minutes to an hour. So again, a fair amount of time invested into helping you transform all of this into a dozen cards. Now let me just show you what we're making this month. I always try to do something simple and really approachable, and then maybe something that's gonna expand your skill set a little bit. So the first 4 cards here use that claim check. Aren't they sweet? I'm just gonna zoom in just a tiny bit with my camera here and let it stop wiggling on me. Okay, so you can see we have the satin ribbon here stapled. We have a sentiment size to fit inside the square on the claim tag. We even have a little key that you can use to cover up the logo on the tag. And then the other half of the claim tag fits right into the middle. And I did a lot of enhancements actually on the center. But these cards, they come together quickly. All right, very, very easy, well endowed. I even have a little nameplate on the back from the cut apart sheet. That's set A. Now set B is where we are going to grow our skills, everyone. I don't want you to be afraid of this because it's really, really easy. I promise. It's quite simple. I will guide you through, don't freak out. I'll guide you through scoring 1, 2, 3, 4 lines, okay? And each score will be kind of in a different direction, and that's what helps guide the way to figuring out this like accordion type situation. There are 2 cuts that are made. Cut, cut, but I will also show you how to cut and measure this with a ruler and craft knife. I'll walk you through that, okay? I know some of you don't love the whole ruler craft knife scene, so it can be done with scissors. I also got out my toys. I got out my embossing folders with texture, and that's where I use that extra ivory piece just to add a little texture and contrast to the back of set B cards. That was the whole reason I added the ivory. Otherwise, this and this would have been the same color, and I wanted the contrast. So again, those are the things that I like to have. Someone said, thank you for the lighter color words on the dark prints. Yes, you are very welcome. Very thoughtful. I like to make sure you have room to have a signature and a sentiment, but also just, keep something on hand like a silver or gold or white gel pen is always kind of handy too for signing your cards, or just add a plain white panel. Finally, a nice, simple, slim line. So these go into a number 9 envelope that we're providing. And check it out. So remember when I showed you that hinge? I cut it in half with a serrated scissors. So boom and boom. And then our bookbinding glue holds them perfectly onto the card. And then here you've got your sentiment. Okay, this sentiment I've used before, but everyone kept asking for it. So I put it in again. One day you're 20 in the 70s, the next you're 70 in the 20s. This was very popular. And so there you get 2 more of those. And then the other one is a sympathy card. Oh, Gail says she's got the embossing folder. And yes, can you see too here? I've done some of the embossing on this long piece. I used a small folder and just turned it around and embossed each end of the paper. That worked out great. This one was a slimline size. So yeah, we have all these tools. Let's use them, right? One other thing I want to mention that we have, you can subscribe to this among a few other things. You can subscribe to get page protectors every month. A lot of you do that. This is the Pops, the pack of panels, and you get all the colors that are in there. You can see that they are different sizes. It just kind of depends on the parent sheet. What you get is kind of a little bit out of our control. We just weigh these out, half a pound, and it's plenty of paper that you can use for additional projects, die cutting, more mats, you know, make your paper go a little further. And I'm going to show you in a moment a great opportunity to use Pops. Okay, so I'm not sure if you all remember, a while back I released this fun Blizzard book. It's a 9x9 size, and what's nifty about this is that the spine, or the binding, is the famous Heidi Kyle Blizzard binding, and it's made of 2 sheets of text weight paper, and it allows you to remove the pages. It's very cool, but if your book gets handled a lot, what we have found with this particular binding is that it's not as sturdy as some of you would like it to be. So Karen and I went to work on brainstorming another binding structure that did not require stitching, but you know, this is still a beautiful and really fun binding. So don't be afraid, this will still be available for you to try out and play with. But we came out with another U-Hinge style binding, and we're calling it the 9x9 U-Hinge book. And this does have a fresh set of instructions and a video, but it's still very similar to the Heidi Kyle Blizzard binding. So this here is my Rustique 9x9 U-Hinge book, and it's basically just a download that comes with the printable instructions and the video workshop. The cool part is the only thing you really need, the only material you need, are 2 sheets of our folding board and a kit. It's just the best. This is so cool. Oh, Pat said, Trisha makes the confusing and difficult so easy. Oh, I love that. Thank you very much for saying that, because we do invest a lot of time into our instructions. You can see it has a really nice size to it. And what's cool about the size is the way it accommodates our 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 or 4 by 6 photo mats. Even all the scraps that you get when you make this, I mean, this book just comes together so quickly and easily. You can see the tassels, right? Look how cool that is out there. I love this. I love this so much. Really a fun book. And also it's just cool to be able to give to someone, you know, get their photos, tell them, you know, give me your Walgreens link or your iCloud link, or you share your album with me, print the pictures and have it done for them. And this is you can do this in half a day. Well, okay, some of you could do it in half a day. Others maybe a day, or at a crop or something. It's very, very doable. So that is done with the Rustique, and that's how I use the video. But I do talk about, like, when you're choosing papers, I try to guide you through that process a little bit. Here's the original prototype that Karen made with the paws and claws, and this adorable dachshund, because yes, they are one of the more adorable breeds of dog. I am partial. I love a dachshund because their faces are just the cutest ever. So she's got this loaded with pictures already of her grand dog and her grandchildren in here too. So much fun. And so you can see how ideal this would be for like any kind of a small event, a vacation, a gift. And then, proving my one-day hypothesis, I asked Emily, our Emily Smolinski, who works here, if she would take our gray folding board and make one out of the Wishes Page Kit. And she did, and she did it in a day. That's in addition to pulling orders and doing other jobs here at Club Scrap. And she came to me last night with this done, with the beautiful Wishes kit. I mean, isn't this just so lovely, right? She rounded all the corners with her 3-in-1 corner punch. I mean, I just love this. Do you love this? I hope you love this. This is really fantastic. Again, it's just a download, and then grab your folding board substrate. That's all you need. I know some of you just have a bunch of it right on hand at home. All right, quick review now. The last thing on the agenda is to remind you that I'm gonna bring my camera back out again. We did release the fresh picked, I got so much stuff everywhere. The fresh picked page kit last week. And then Lisa Dozel shared some inspiring cards made with this collection using one of our formulas. So if you have not been to our blog, or maybe think about subscribing to the blog so you get notifications of the things we do, this is the actual kit that we put on sale in the lobby here. I just grabbed one of those to show you. And then of course we did also release the 5x7 Hinge book instruction and update last week, or last 2 weeks ago. I don't remember. It might have been last week. I don't know. I'm just here to work. We released this as well, and it's an update to the original handmade book project. And then also we did a blog showcasing an alternative flyout page that uses the scraps from this process. So another really fun, fresh picked project for you. And again, as with all of our projects, just if you like the structure, but you don't want this theme, just substitute it out. You could do it with Rustique. You could do it with wishes, anything. Karen made another one with tiny blossoms. So the book projects are this evergreen, cool thing that you can make, and my videos will guide you through that process step by step. And I always say, you know, if you're doing this for the first time, have reasonable expectations for yourself, and the more books you make, the more pleased you will be with them. Okay, I think that covers everything that was on my list. I had, like, the pile was like this high of all the queued up things. Oh, one other thing I wanted to mention. I see it here. I missed it. The 3x14 grid ruler. My friends, if you are not an owner of the 3x14 acrylic ruler, you might want to pick this up. I have a couple of them sitting around, so if I can't find this one, I have another one. Then I have the 2x8 and the 8x8. I have uses for all of them, but this one is like the tool of the day for making that 9x9 Hinge book. I'm just going to quick show you why. Okay, so when you are installing these pages, the U-hinge size of the page that's installed is 1/8 of an inch. The ruler is also 1/8 of an inch. So it's just really wonderful to help you when you're forming the shape of the page and installing it. The ruler is like this thing that you can use to help make it happen more easily. So I have some tips about this in the video. I use it in the video. So if you don't have the 3x14 grid ruler, it's something you just don't want to live without. I use it all the time when I'm scrapbooking to keep everything level. And this is probably, if you're going to have just one size, get this one. But we do have a value pack as well. It includes the 2x8, the 8x8, and the 3x14. Get the value pack if you don't have any of these, because I promise there's wonderful uses for all of them. And you can like marry them up to make bigger measurements. And if you lose this one, you always have 2 more to choose from. I know it's a thing. Trust me. I know. Okay, well, whew, I'm toasty. It's funny, I came in this morning, I turned the air on low. I said, we're bringing this to morgue temperatures, because with all the lights and everything, it does get a little warm here, but it's always really fun to spend some time with you. I hope you love the new Rustique collection. Oh, and a quick mention as well. If you are a member and you haven't yet picked up that Fresh Picked Kit, you can actually go into your membership, your subscription, and you can do a one-time add-on of that Fresh Picked Page Kit if you like. If you want more stuff added to the order, of course, just place a regular with kit order. With kit just means that we pull the order and hold it until your box ships next week, Tuesday. So our team, it will be ready to hit the ground running next week, Tuesday, to get these Rustique kits out to the door, out our door, to your door. All right, that's what I got for you today. Thanks again for joining me. Thanks to my amazing staff for helping make all this happen. And I'll see you again very soon with another fun collection that we're releasing next month. We'll see you there. I saw the question about the giveaway and I haven't cut the feed yet. So the giveaway, oh my goodness. Thank you for reminding me. When I filmed this book, I made another one just like this. It's not all decorated, but the bones are there. Okay. All the pages are installed. All the mats are in, like this page, it's all decorated that way. The rest is up to you. The cut aparts will be trimmed apart. Everything's there. It's good to go. All the goodies, everything will be in it. So if you leave a comment, not in the chat, a comment at the end of this video at the bottom underneath, and you are a member getting a kit next Tuesday, you're eligible to win this. Okay, it's the version of this book that I made when I filmed the video. Then you can take what's left of it and you can finish it as your very own book, made kind of by me, by us. We'll make a book together. How about that? Okay, so now really I am signing off. So thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you next time. And don't forget to leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe.